Hi guys, Miss Kelly. Welcome to quarantine day, whatever it is. So in the past, in terms of this week, we've been doing advising. And in terms of how your schooling is working and how that's going, it doesn't seem efficient to do face-to-face advising per week. But we still need to do some type of participation per week because that's what's written in the grant, that we have to meet with you and talk with you weekly. So in an effort to do that, we're going to do something like this, where Joseph or I will record a video. It'll be in regards to what we normally do for Upward Bound. Then you'll put your name in the Google form, maybe answer a question, tell us a little bit about something, and then you'll submit it. And then that will be your participation for that week. That way you can do it on your time, and it should be relatively easy for you to do. So in terms of this week, we'll be talking about stress management techniques because I don't know about you, being in your house with minimal going out and seeing your friends can be difficult. And if you don't learn how to manage that stress in an effective way, that can be very harmful to your heart and your brain. So I pulled some techniques that you can use to reduce your stress. They're from Harvard Health Publishing. And so stress response is normal. It's our flight and our fight. So fight or flight. So either you're going to grit and bear it and get through it, or you're going to run from it. That's just how humans are made and how our brains are made. And stress can take a really, really big toll on your body. It can make you sick when you're really wouldn't have been sick otherwise. So it's really important that you monitor it and make sure you're taking care of yourself, not only during this time, but say if you're getting prepared for a big test and you're really nervous and stressed, it can make things happen. So for me, if I get stressed, I get cold sores. Also, I don't eat as much. And so I have to go, okay, that's not good for me to be feeling so overwhelmed that I can't handle it, because you're going to have stress no matter what. You just need to figure out how you're going to deal with it. And your stress is going to be different, and it's going to vary as you get older and go on to college and get your big kid job and then dealing with that kind of stress. So when you need to regulate your stress, there are 6 things that you can do. So the first one is breath focus. And in order to do that, you take long, slow, deep breaths, and they call them belly breaths. And if you've taken yoga or you've looked at apps to do that, or meditation apps, they really do that. Another cool thing is, like, if you guys have activity watches, some of them have relaxation modes, and that's where you can follow a light or it tells you to breathe or that kind of deal. So that's something that you can use. There's also something called body scan, and that kind of ties into your mind-body connection. And that's where you can focus on one part of your body, or like certain muscles in your body. And in terms of that, that's where you would help yourself to, say, release tension. So if you hold tension in your neck, then while you're breathing and you have your eyes closed, you can think, relax those muscles, be calm, because holding tension is stress, and stress is tension. And then another technique is guided imagery. And you can do that while you're meditating. You can do that while you're just sitting somewhere on your couch in the quiet. Or if you're going to play some soothing sounds, sometimes imagining that you're walking along a wooded path and the grass is brushing against your legs while you're walking, and you hear birds chirping, and it's calming and it's soothing. That can be another thing that can help you de-stress and help you to relax. Another one is mindfulness meditation. And what that means is that you sit in a comfy position and you focus on your breath. And if you've taken yoga, then you are accustomed to that or have heard it. But if you're sitting quietly and you're in a meditative state where you just have your eyes closed and you're breathing, that's where you find your breath. And all you're really focusing is on the here and the now in your breath. The next one is where you can participate in yoga, tai chi, those are also like your mind-body connection, but also keeping you in the moment. And those specifically are rhythmic breathing. And that's so that you can find your breath and distract you from racing thoughts or rising thoughts that come into your brain. I know I struggle with that when I do yoga, and I really have to kick those other thoughts out instead of only focusing on the time and the now that I'm doing. And the last one is repetitive prayer. And it doesn't have to be religious if you're not religious. It can be spiritual. It can be any type of saying that you want to do. And you can always look those up on the internet as well, like repetitive prayer or meditation sayings and that kind of deal, that which you can adopt in your life. And that's what, when you're doing repetitive prayer, you're repeating a short prayer or a phrase while practicing your breath focus. So when you're breathing in 4 and you're saying, I feel great today, the sun is out, I am happy, that kind of dealing, posing positive affirmations can be very helpful for you in your stress management as well. And you'll still be breathing. Breath throughout any type of stress reduction technique is going to be your main focus. And in terms of practicing and reducing your stress, try to do it 20 minutes per day. You could do it right when you get up in the morning, especially since you don't have specifically a set schedule, or you could do that in the middle of your studies if you need to decompress, if you're getting frustrated, or even right before you go to sleep. I like to do it then because then it helps my brain turn off. And then that way I don't have the I can't sleep deal. I struggle with racing thoughts at night and struggle with going to sleep. So I found that if I do some type of meditation or yoga or like Shavasana, where you lay straight on the floor and just kind of keep your eyes closed and be in peace, is really helpful, at least for me, to settle my brain so I can go to sleep. And then just so you know, for summer on campus, we will have yoga, and Miss Yoli will be doing it this year. Miss Terry is out traveling. Well, maybe not. We'll see how the cookie crumbles because of what's happening. But regardless, we're having Miss Yoli. And then just know that if you do want to practice yoga with someone, Miss Yoli is doing Zoom yoga. And she has it at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Fridays. It's hatha yoga, so it moves pretty quickly, but not, it's not so much that it's exhausting, but it's a quicker paced yoga. And it's via Zoom, which you guys all have. The Zoom meeting ID for 10 a.m. is 736-2120-7205. And then if you want to do it later in the day, she has a 4 p.m. one, and that meeting ID is 772-4166-0096. So you're always able to use that. I did that last week and I was the only one on. So I'm sure she would enjoy other people to be on with her as she puts on a yoga Zoom class. So just remember, we'll get through this. Breathe. Take time out for yourself. Walk outside. Listen to the birds in the morning where it's really, really quiet. I know most of you are sleeping till 1 p.m., but it is really nice in the stillness of the morning where people haven't really started doing anything, or not a lot of sound is happening. It's already quiet anyway, just because a lot of people are home. But even before people start doing home projects and that kind of deal, that which they're doing right now. So remember to take care of your heart and your head and to breathe. Until then, see you next time.